today's news, flooding and landslides reported across Tortola. Are widespread closures due to Tropical Storm Philippe. Minister RYMER addresses clean-up efforts. And Honorable HODGE-SMITH says lots of damage reported in District 4. Well, viewers, these and more stories when 284 News return.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes,
Good
son.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy, over there. You must have cut fun topic.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you? You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
There goes my new car. Guess I'm back on my bike.
Your bike? CG offers new car replacement. Remember my monster truck days? Well, one night I attempted a 50-foot pogo double backflip. I landed it and went to karaoke. It wasn't until afterward that my car got hit by that fisherman. He gave me some great mahi-mahi though. Anyway, they paid fast and got me in a new car. Now call a cab. I want you to meet my alpaca guy.
New car replacement for the first year of ownership. CG Insurance. Good like that.
Welcome viewers to the Wednesday, October 4th edition of 284 News. I am Kamal Haynes, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. While today's newscast is full of Tropical Storm Philippe, where flooding significantly impacted several areas across Tortola over the past 24 hours, leaving residents unable to leave their homes and local authorities grappling with the aftermath of Tropical Storm Philippe. The Department of Disaster Management reported that overnight rainfall reached a staggering 3 to 4 inches. As a result, many residents found themselves trapped in their homes due to flood waters, land slippage, and debris blocking the roads. Low-lying areas such as Road Town and its environs appeared to have borne the brunt of Wednesday's flooding, with waters several feet deep in some areas. The high levels of rainfall also triggered land slippage in several communities, including Seacows Bay and Great Mountain, exacerbating roadway blockages on island. Reports also reached our newsroom of significant road damage in Browns Bay. In the midst of the active response to the early morning crisis, the Department of Disaster Management urged residents to exercise extreme caution. They strongly advise against navigating floodwaters, especially in hilly terrain. The DDM anticipates that over the next 24 hours, lingering moisture and instability from Tropical Storm Philippe will maintain a heightened chance for shower and thunderstorm activity over and around the territory. Several civil and commercial operations were put on pause in the aftermath of Tropical Storm Philippe. All government offices and public schools were ordered closed throughout the day. According to a release from the Office of the Deputy Governor this morning, the decision was due to the effects associated with the passage of the storm. A subsequent update from the government indicated that its offices will resume operations tomorrow, October 5th at 8 a.m. As it pertains to the schools, the Elmore Stout High School was severely impacted by flooding in the capital, with videos circulated across social media showing significant portions of mud throughout classrooms. Minister for Education, the Honorable Shari De Castro, told our newsroom that teams from the Ministry of Education at the time were currently at the ground addressing the situation and were being assisted by parents and other volunteers in that effort. Well, she spoke with our Ron Grant on the school compound.
Of course, we would have seen the videos that would have clearly shown the magnitude and the amount of water that would have passed, given that what ultimately we were and it was because the water that was free to rush right onto the campus. Luckily, the water receded very quickly, and we've had ports and said this entire area was filled with had a degree of the ground. Mostly this building, of course, because the GHUT is right next door, would have gotten some water damage, and the building on the back would have had more mud and debris into some of the classrooms. So we're working hastily. We've already engaged our team, our maintenance unit, and other persons, volunteers should be getting here soon. I just spoke with the chair of the PTA, and so everybody's getting involved. Ultimately, of course, we would never want this to happen, but Mother Nature, thought differently, and we just have to take corrective measures to ensure that we get our students back in school as soon as possible.
And speaking of getting our students back to school in as fast as time as possible, parents are concerned, of course, we could not have had school today across the Virgin Islands. What is your anticipation in regards to having students, not only at the Elmore South High School, but across the territory, return to school? Do you have an anticipated date?
So not as yet, of course, we have to wait for the all clear from DDM, and we have to have subsequent discussions based on the cleanup. Elmore South High School is the school that got the most damage. All other schools have reported very minimal damage. We did have some yard flooding at about 2 or 3 schools, but in terms of water entry in classrooms, very minimal 1 and 2 classrooms, because we did some work over the summer that really assisted in bridging the gap for water entry in the roofs and other places that we understood had significant challenges. So overall, in terms of the schools from Van Dyke to Virgin Gorda, Antigua, and Tortola, all other public schools received minimal damage outside of some water entry that can be easily cleaned, and so some principals and teachers are already at schools seeking to clean to see how quickly we could get students back in. Elmore South will have to take a more strategic and planned approach to see exactly how we could get this done. But the ministry is dedicated, the entire team, from the permanent secretary to the acting CEO, everybody's on the ground putting their hands to the plow to see how we could get things moving.
Understood. Now, persons have taken to social media, and of course, we understand the severity of the matter, but what are your answers to the persons who would be surprised that the Elmore South High School L-shape, not the L-shape, this new wing, would have received such extensive flooding damage, given that it's a new school? What are your concerns there, or your comments regarding that?
Well, the school, based on the area where the school is, it's in the heart of town. We saw the goods that overflowed out. It's got possible. This good right here next to the school. This school receives, this part of the school receives significant damage because of the gut that is literally right next to it. And so, of course, because of the location, we did receive some damages. We have to see what type of mitigation measures can be put in place, of course, and I fully support that. So I share in the disappointment, but I believe that ultimately it has happened. Whatever corrective measures need to be put in place will be put in place. But we also have to understand that, when you consider the guts, the natural guts and different things that are present, we will need to seek some real aggressive expertise to see how exactly we could reconsider, given the building that we have done throughout the years, how exactly we engineer the pathways and stuff so that we could not have this level of impact, especially in the road area. The entire road area would have been impacted where the goods overspilling. And so while this is a new construction, all buildings were affected. And so overall, we have to take a different approach, and the government is committed to seeing what we need to do to make sure it happens.
Also affected by Tropical Storm Philippe was the territory's airports and seaports. The travel by air in the Virgin Islands was put on hold indefinitely by the BVI Airports Authority on Wednesday morning, with the agency citing concerns about flooding in the territory. Managing Director of the BVI Airports Authority, Kurt Manal, advised that following the all-clear assessments would be done at all airports. But just after 1 p.m. this afternoon, the Airports Authority announced the reopening of the airports across the territory, stating that they were cleared to reopen at 1:45 p.m. But travelers were therefore urged to contact their respective airlines for further information on travel. Meanwhile, offices and ports within the responsibility of the BVI Ports Authority remain closed throughout the day. Although the authority had initially indicated that ports would only remain closed pending the release of the all clear. Shortly after the all clear was issued, the authority further advised that all seaports, offices, and warehouses would remain closed due to rough sea conditions. Operations are earmarked to continue tomorrow, Thursday, October 5th. In addition to the aforementioned government facilities, numerous supermarkets, restaurants, and other private businesses remain open. Well, up next, Minister RYMER addresses cleanup efforts, and Honorable HODGE-SMITH says lots of damage reported in District 4. With these and more stories after a word from our sponsors.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
Catch all the action from the 2023 NFL games with CCT Live on various channels, including ESPN Channel 412, ESPN2 Channel 413, Telemundo Channel 315, and Fox Channel 304. When you subscribe to any CCT Fire plan, you'll automatically bundle CCT Live. For more information, visit your nearest CCT store or give us a call at 444-4444. Choose CCT Live and enhance your game day experience.
This November, the sun rises on the northernmost island of the Virgin Islands and shines over an unforgettable 3-day experience. The Caribbean's most anticipated food festival, the Anegada Lobster Festival. The 24th to the 26th of November, the island's best restaurants present their best lobster dishes and other delicacies while you and 3,000 of your closest friends soak up the sun. Enjoy music from top bands, seaside activities, and win awesome prizes. There's nothing quite like the Anegada Lobster Festival. The 24th to the 26th of November. Book a room or catch a boat and be there. You'll see it's the taste and fun you need.
When you're in need of air conditioning, installation, repairs, or replacement services, Markinson Air Conditioning and Refrigeration has the professional technicians, equipment, parts, and ACs to get the job done right. Markinson Air Conditioning and Refrigeration carries top brands like Daikin, Aircon, Mitsubishi, and more. We're open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Located in Fish Bay. Telephone 340-4114 or 343-9511. Markinson Air Conditioning and Refrigeration, providing exceptional services to the British Virgin Islands since 2015.
At VI Motors, we've got it. All your vehicles, we've got it. All your auto parts, we've got it. Everything you need, we've got it. We've got oil, in stock. We've got batteries, in stock. We've got tires, in stock. Even brakes, yes, sir. Yes! VI Motors, pioneering the automotive industry in the Virgin Islands since 1966 with leading brands like Toyota, Chevy, and Honda. We even do custom orders. We have all the top brands in automotive parts as well, so you know you're getting quality. Come visit us at Duff's Bottom, Tortola. Go to our website at vimotors.com or just call us at 494-2496. Remember, VI Motors, we've got it. All your vehicles, we've got it. All your auto parts, we've got it. Everything you need, we've got it. We've got it.
Welcome back, viewers. The damage caused from Tropical Storm Philippe to the territory's roadways saw Minister for Communication and Works Honorable RYMER quickly responding to several of the reported cases throughout Tortola. Minister RYMER and his team quickly organized the cleanup effort, which saw workers from the Public Works Department in several of the impacted communities. Our Ron Grant caught up with Minister RYMER and he spoke on the cleanup initiatives.
Well, I think most of the roads are cleared by now. We had some persons who were actually flooded, and we're actually trying to, make sure that they're safe. But all in all, I think we fared pretty well based on the rainfall overnight. So, I just want to acknowledge the team at Public Work, members who participated in the rated program to clear all the drains and so forth, all the district reps that make sure that persons were employed to that program. And most of the areas now the water has receded, and we are seeing now where most of the roads are easily passed now. So we should be back to normal quite soon. The rest of the infrastructure, we had some power outages in certain areas. Electricity said that they're working to restore power throughout the territory, and we had some fuses down, and so I acknowledge all the utility workers, all the crew, all those persons that participated in this quick recovery.
Now, one of the things that we would observe early on today is the minute, and it's somewhat of a cultural thing. The Honorable HODGE-SMITH alluded to the fact that once there's any level of damage when it comes to our infrastructure through flooding, tropical storm, the heavy equipment persons from across the territory, without being asked, they get to the streets and they assist. I want you to speak to that. They don't have to be called, they just come.
Yeah, I mean, that's the community spirit that we have within our territory. Persons understand that, we need to clean up, we need to recover, and we are resilient people, and we are a community that stays together. We experienced this in 2017. We saw, most of the private sector that came out and they engaged, as well as the public sector as well, because, teams were out from 5 this morning. While it was still raining, trying to make sure that the guts are cleared, the drainage are cleared. A lot of debris came down from the hillsides. Even areas that we know was clean, we saw now where there's a lot of mud and dirt in the guts and the drainage. So, I acknowledge those persons and the community as a whole.
Moving forward, what in hindsight, what's next for us as we not only recover from this the rainfall, but in building our infrastructure? What would you say is next to strengthen these parts of our systems that are already in place?
Well, the systems are already in place. We just need to continue to maintain them. We'll see now that we have a lot of deteriorated roads, and we'll have to do some resurfacing, some re-engineering to make sure that the roads are a bit passable and make sure that they actually can withstand torrential rain like what we encountered last night.
In similar news, the capital of Tortola Road town was one of the areas mostly impacted from the flash floods that resulted from Tropical Storm Philippe, and representative for the district, Honorable HODGE-SMITH, was on the grounds to assess the damages. The 4th District representative said she received numerous calls from residents within the district who were significantly impacted from the floods. But she also commended those persons who sprang into action quickly to assist with the cleanup efforts where possible.
Definitely, as I got to town, before coming to town though, I got a lot of calls, I got a lot of messages, received some videos of what was happening in the town. I was stuck getting here, but eventually when the road was cleared, I made my way and went to those persons that severely were damaged. There's a lot of damage, although we've been good enough, I should say, to be able to have the guts cleaned in advance, which helped. And then the water subsided in record time. So roads are now passable in the town area. And just visiting those persons that needed some assistance, reached out to Red Cross and they come and assist them when they're allowed to come out and assist. So I made some assessments on their behalf, and I will share that information shortly with them so that they can go to these persons that definitely need some assistance. But basically, I just want to say that, which is customarily, that persons with the heavy equipment will come out first and try to get the debris and get the roads cleared. And this happened this time, which is, to me, a traditional Virgin Islands thing. Whenever we have a storm or hurricane or whatever, persons with the equipment to clear the road, they are asked.
Wonderful.
I am grateful to them for doing that. We've been to some businesses. Of course, it's the water damage because it was the floods. but they are cleaning up themselves. They are waiting for nobody to really come and clean up. But the thing about it is, to me, is that they're calm about it. You know, they're not fussing. They're just going about getting their cleanup done, and they're grateful that their representative did come to check on them. So I am grateful for their appreciating me to come out and to assess the situation and to help them to know that the government is there to assist in any way possible as well.
You mentioned about the extent to the damages. Are you at all concerned for some residents, and particularly in the low-lying areas? What are your concerns?
Well, of course, Ron, what we have to recognize is that our capital area is the flattest area of our territory, in a sense, in terms of Tortola, because there are like 5 guts from different areas coming down into the capital, into Road Town. So of course it's going to be saturated, and like I say, gratefully that we had the guts cleaned prior to the water coming. There was one particular area where it got blocked, and that was blocked with some plastic bags, I was told, and the business owners, they actually saw it, and they removed the plastic bags, and then that helped the water to flow, and by record time the water had subsided. So again, good citizens recognizing the situation, addressed it, not even a fuss, you know, but they just reported that this is what they had done. So we are grateful to them for taking the initiative on their own to do that.
Up next, gut cleaning work in District 6 credited for quick water runoff and landslide affects Carrot Bay residents. With these stories, when 284 News return.
Angie, how can I get my claims paid quick? Rent's due next week.
CG processes 99% of claims within 5 days. Remember when I was hang gliding with those goats? I caught a gust of wind and flew right into a moving car. Every appendage was in the cast, and they paid fast and fairly. That's what I get for trusting a man with a mustache and an eye patch. Now I gotta go. I'm meeting the guy who bedazzled my toes.
99% of claims are processed within 5 days. CG Insurance. Good like that.
This November, the sun rises on the northernmost island of the Virgin Islands and shines over an unforgettable 3-day experience. The Caribbean's most anticipated food festival, the Anegada Lobster Festival. The 24th to the 26th of November, the island's best restaurants present their best lobster dishes and other delicacies while you and 3,000 of your closest friends soak up the sun. Enjoy music from top bands, seaside activities, and win awesome prizes. There's nothing quite like the Anegada Lobster Festival. The 24th to the 26th of November. Book a room or catch a boat and be there. You'll see, it's the taste and fun you need.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
Catch all the action from the 2023 NFL games with CCT Live on various channels, including ESPN Channel 412, ESPN2 Channel 413, Telemundo Channel 315, and Fox Channel 304. When you subscribe to any CCT Fire plan, you'll automatically bundle CCT Live. For more information, visit your nearest CCT store or give us a call at 444-4444. Choose CCT Live and enhance your game day experience.
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you so much for sticking with us. The government's gut clearing initiative under the RATED program has been credited for the quick water runoff observed within District 6. The District Representative Honorable Myron Walwin acknowledged the program during an interview with our 284 Media's Ron Grant as he provided an update on the state of affairs within his district following the effects from Tropical Storm Philippe.
Very early this morning, around 6:15 or so, the roads were basically impassable. The main roads from Roton Wholesale all the way up. I must say that I'm pleased to see the way in which the water was able to run off very quickly off the road. Over the last 2 months or so, some extensive gut cleaning work was being conducted in District 6, and I think under the rated program, and I think that is primarily responsible for the way in which the water was able to escape very quickly and reduce the damage that would have normally been caused for rain of the type that we had last night. I want to thank the Public Works Department so very much, and the persons who worked under the rated program for their dedication and their hard work towards making sure that the community was safer as a result of what they did. When I came through this morning, I was a bit concerned. I called the acting premier and the Minister for Communication and Works and asked them to meet me here in District 6. They were here in very reasonable time. I spoke to them about the assistance that was needed, and I must say that the assistance came in pretty good time. I want to thank Jeremy Hodge and his team at Public Works Department for responding as quickly as they did. As you see, we have people right now backwards and trucks in District 6 cleaning the area up, making sure that the debris is off the road and making it safer for pedestrians and motorists alike.
In your interaction with residents, Honorable Waldron, what were some of the issues they faced throughout the day?
I think flooding was the biggest issue in certain low-lying areas. For instance, the area that you would know colloquially as Fret Yard, they had some challenges there, and some other areas. Flooding was the major thing, but there was no real significant damage. I think a lot of it, as I said, had to do with the fact that the water was able to find somewhere to escape very quickly, and so it didn't settle as much and create as much damage for people. People are in high spirits. Water is out in certain areas. I've been in contact with Water and Safety Department. They've given the assurance that the areas without water in District 6 will have water by 4 p.m. I've been in constant contact with the Electricity Corporation, and power is being restored progressively to the areas.
Similarly to the other districts, District 1 was also impacted from the flash flooding, with several landslides observed across various communities. Ariel Donovan of Fortune GHUT Carrot Bay was one of the residents directly affected by one of the landslides which blocked his driveway. When I caught up with Mr. Donovan, who spoke about the experience.
Well, sometime early in the morning, probably after 3, I began to hear, after the heavy rain, the heaviest part of the rain, I began to hear some rumbling, and I looked out and saw that a couple of trees were down, and I later came out earlier in the morning when it started to clear up and see that it was not only trees, but also there was a mudslide or landslide in my driveway, in my roadway to my residence, causing the entire area to be blocked.
And obviously, upon coming outside, you were met with, I'm sure it was much worse than what we're seeing here, but you were met with this large obstruction within your pathway. What first came to mind?
Well, I was like, I thought about I should have leave the cars out further down the road, and I didn't expect that it would have been so severe, but I was like, I'm going to be blocking for maybe a few days.
Mm-hmm. And you know, I'm sure you would have been here during the flooding of the 2017 as well. Did anything similar occur here in your community?
Well, here, yes, we had a landslide similar to this back in 2017 with RYMER and the landslide. So this is about the second of this type of slide that we have recorded here.
Mm. And I would have also seen you when it pulled up. You would have had to basically, let me show the viewers. You would have had to cut your way through the pathway here just to be able to make it down. In terms of this occurrence, I know obviously it's not what you would have anticipated yesterday, but what feedback have you been getting from some of the other residents too who would have seen this here?
Well, I also I have a neighbor on the left side of me. She came out and we surveyed. We looked at it, and we realized that it was a serious landslide, and which would block us in for a little while.
Also present at the scene was the district representative, Dr. the Honorable Carl Dawson, who said the authorities were already informed on the matter and they were working to have it resolved as soon as possible.
I came to check it out myself and contacted the Minister of Communication and the in turn the Director of Public Works. So plans are afoot to have some operator come here and deal with it. It's not I'd say a simple situation because it may involve a truck and a backhoe and so on. So they'll probably come and look at it first and then determine what's the best way to move forward. But we certainly have to get it cleared and allow Mr. Donovan and any residents beyond to access their property.
And we do know getting here was a little bit difficult, so a little challenging. So I'm sure the minister responsible will have to, and the public works director will have to put that into consideration to get as far up as here.
Correct. And in general, there would be over the next few days, we'll be making assessments across the territory as to what damage was done. We have to now look at it in terms of the effects of this rain may have made some areas more vulnerable than before and more at risk. So all those things we'll have to take into account to see how we can move about mitigating to ensure that further damage would not happen even if a subsequent rain event occurs.
That's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com and like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Kamal Haynes and I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Bye-bye.